Kia ora and welcome to Sam's Take, a series about entertainment news and reviews with me, Sam Rilstone. The sci-fi epic Dune is finally on our screens after countless delays, so let's not waste any time getting into it. Dune is directed by Denis Villeneuve and is the first of a two-part adaptation of the 1965 novel by Frank Herbert. It follows Paul Atreides, played by Timothée Chalamet, as his family, the noble House Atreides, is thrust into a war with the evil Harkonnens for the deadly and inhospitable desert planet Arrakis, which is inhabited by the native Fremen. Arrakis is also where the mystical and valuable drug spice is found, a commodity in intergalactic travel and trade. The rest of the cast boasts countless stars at the top of their game, every single one committing to their role fully. Rebecca Ferguson is Lady Jessica, Paul's mother. Oscar Isaac is Duke Leto Atreides, Paul's father and the Duke of House Atreides. Josh Brolin as Gurney Halleck, the weapons master of House Atreides. Stellan Skarsgård as Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, Baron of House Harkonnen, enemy to House Atreides and former steward of Arrakis. Dave Bautista as Glossu Rabban, the nephew of Baron Harkonnen. Zendaya as Chani, a young Fremen woman who appears in Paul's visions and dreams. Jason Momoa is Duncan Idaho, the swordmaster of House Atreides and one of Paul's mentors. And finally, Javier Bardem is Stilgar, the leader of the Fremen tribe Paul encounters. As a story, I didn't think it was anything terribly special, but do be warned, it's dense. But as a feat of filmmaking, it's on another level. See this on the biggest screen you can. It's incredibly immersive and a very pretty movie. The sound design by Theo, who has worked with Villeneuve on Blade Runner 2049, is immaculate. Hans Zimmer's booming bass and slithering suspenseful tones are expertly placed to fit the mood of every scene, whether it be a sweeping landscape or a tight, comprehensively choreographed fight scene. Every scene is dripping with intention. There is gravitas to everything, through the swelling music to the scale of the cinematography. It feels very Denis, with the scale of colours and soft focused lighting mixed with the grand immensity of the way the world is presented to the audience. Now, I'm sure a lot of what I'm about to say, people who have read the book will already know, but I have no connection or experience with this series at all, so I'm coming at it very fresh. It has very much an air of show, don't tell, which is indicative of book to film adaptations, but I always find it's difficult to translate the subtext of a book onto film because you kind of lose that inner monologue of what a character's thinking and feeling. There are also numerous phrases and names thrown at you without explanation, which I understand it's a 50-plus-year-old book. These phrases aren't new and don't necessarily need elaboration. Plus, there is a planned second part, which I'm sure will provide more clarity, but it definitely makes the film a bit more accessible from the get-go to explain a little bit. I found there are similarities to the story of Jesus, a messiah who would unite the people and a ruler who was afraid of that. So that was quite interesting. And again, that's probably a comparison that's been drawn before and analysed over and over again, but I'm fresh to this. The story itself wasn't necessarily anything groundbreaking, and as I say, it's quite dense. But I went into this wanting to admire the craft by all the cast and crew to see a groundbreaking feat of filmmaking. And I feel that's what I got. Overall, I'm incredibly intrigued to see what happens next and what it looks like, so it's definitely a recommendation. Just be aware of the long runtime and the dense narrative. Thanks for watching this episode of Sam's Take. I'll see you next time for more entertainment news and reviews.